Yes, welcome to AWE Nite Northern XR, Limelight on Lithuania. And I am your host, Joe Orengo. I am the president of XR Nation, as well as the co-organizer of AWE Nite Northern XR. And AWE Nite meetups are all over the world in very select cities. And they're under the Augmented World Expo brand. And for those of you that don't know, Augmented World Expo is the #1 XR event series in the world. And the purpose of this particular AWE Nite, and what makes it a little different from other AWE Nites that are actually like city specific, is that we cover the entire Nordic and Baltic region. And we're trying to boost up the XR communities by connecting them and empowering them for the Nordic and Baltic area. And so that's what makes this unique, and that's what makes it so exciting. Northern XR, the name is actually the name of a business group that yours truly founded, bringing together ecosystem builders and community managers from across the region, because we have a lot going on here, and we want to bring the communities together and do the best that we can to improve the industry here. Okay, so before I begin, I want to thank the sponsors for today's meetup, and XR Nation is one of those sponsors. We're the biggest business ecosystem, business enabler in the Nordic and Baltic region, and we help connect brands with XR companies for content creation and different kinds of services and products. And the other big sponsor for tonight's event is Nebula Film and Visual Arts Cluster, based out of Vilnius, and you'll hear more about them shortly. So before we get into the limelight on Lithuania, of course we have the news. So I want to introduce my business partner, the co-organizer of AWE Nite Northern XR, and the Prime Minister of XR Nation, Teemu Ollilainen.
Yes, hello from my part as well. Sorry if you don't hear me as well as you would normally say and hear. And if you're wondering why I have my jacket on, it means that I'm actually right in my car. So I'm just took my daughter to the football practice. I don't know if you can see it. It's over there somewhere. Doing some football, so so that's why Joe is sharing today all the content. But I have pre-recorded the newscast, and Joe will share it with you shortly. There are something that will be kind of also mentioned later on in this event, but please do share it, and let's talk after that.
Hello and welcome to Spatial News. This is a newscast regarding extended reality industry, and it is always part of the AWE Nite events here in the Nordics and Baltic regions, which is called AWE Nite Northern XR. This time we are featuring Lithuania, so hello to all you Lithuanians and everybody else who are interested in the industry in general. We have a few news regarding Lithuania with our special reporters. Let's go back to those in a few minutes. First, few world news that have been relevant since our last time we met. One is Epic raised $1 billion to create a metaverse. That's quite interesting, hence the metaverses are now popping up in a sense, and with $1 billion you could do something quite valuable with that. So let's see how Epic is going forward to that. I think there was also $200 million from Sony to help out in that. Then Pico, the world's third largest VR glasses manufacturer, has released their new version Neo 3, which is now based also on the Snapdragon XR2, which was also the Oculus 2. Then it has Wi-Fi 6s and whatever nice new features which is quite interesting, especially in the B2B market. So good job, Pico. Then also a Vicarious Surgical aims to raise $460 million with a 1.1 billion valuation, which would make them another unicorn in the XR industry. Last time we reported the VR chat is a unicorn. If they make it, they will be a unicorn as well. They are making virtual reality surgical stuff. You can do surgery in virtual reality, so that's quite interesting. You should look it up. It's quite interesting area in general as well. Now we would then start to see who do we have as our special reporters this time around. So I am guessing it should be Mr. Kalle 1, but I'm not sure who are they today. So I have only the information that the first news piece is regarding a VR game called Crystal Raiders. So let's see what our reporters have found out. Go ahead, whoever there is. I hope it's Kalle or someone I know. Go ahead. Hey son, det är Palle här. You didn't see that coming. Yes. I am here in Crystal Riders VR. So this is a super cool game in VR. Jag tycker att I think that it is very good. There's medieval castle, so where it is all happening. It's a first person stuff. This is very nice. You can see you can do some PvP, not I don't know PvP, but you know, shooting and whatever. It is nice. This is very good. I really like this. It is very nice look into it. Just a little bit like, oh sorry, I'm probably yelling. I have this on me. Sorry. Like the Miki's VR cave digger, and I think it's the same maybe sort of a universe. So I really like it. I'm gonna maybe go into maybe there or there. Well, this is changing so fast. I don't know. I'll just jump out. Bye. Okay, so it was Palle actually. Sorry about that, but I think that well, Palle, maybe you are our permanent guest from now on. Well, the next one is then, well, hopefully then one of the Kalles and no more new people coming up as visiting guests for us. But it should be, now I talked about earlier about the metaverses. This is again a VR metaverse now by Zen Republic. So let's see a bit more about that with maybe Kalle 1, 2, 3. One of you, take it away. Thank you, Teemu, and welcome to the Zen Republic HQ, which is a metaverse. Like you know, we are in virtual reality, and here's like a stage. Can you hear me? Yes. Stage right here, and then there's the speaker. We can meet up here, and there's, you know, several ways of communicating with each other. You can hang out, do other stuff, go to the stage like that. Maybe, I don't know did that work, but maybe go to the stage, be present, do stuff. So yeah, I have seen something like this before. I see it now. Looks good. Zen Republic, well done. Let's try it out. Back to you. Okay, thank you, Kalle. That was an interesting takeover on the metaverses in the Zen Republic HQ. Well, then the last piece from the Lithuanian front, so to say, is a Vilnius Stories project, where there's upcoming in May, I guess. So I think some more information with Kalle 3, I guess. So please immerse yourself.
Hello, Teemu. Welcome to here in Vilnius virtual tour. So it is a Vilnius. Lithuanians. Yes. Frank Lubin, grandfather of basketball. Yes. Basketball very important. Yes. I know. Yes. This Vilnius virtual tour. River. Super nice. And now, let's do firework. Oh, firework. Me like firework. Yes. these nice virtual tours of Vilnius coming in May. Yes, very good. Me support.
Thank you, Kalle 3. That was quite an immersive experience, so to say. Okay, we are going to end up with some of the quick topics at the end. Few use cases here from Finland. One is from the biggest dairy product manufacturer in Finland called Valio, which makes, well, dairy products. Oh, that was interesting. But they have made a connected packaging sort of experience where their makurahka, which is, well, you can see probably the package there, is there's an AR experience related to that, where you can open up the recipes that what you can bake out of that specific product using AR, and there's also of course links to their websites and social media within that experience as well. So that's quite interesting connected packaging version here from Finland. Then another one is a experience done by Telia to the biggest newspaper in Finland called Helsingin Sanomat. They bought the first page or the front page of that newspaper, and there was an coffee experience, a virtual coffee experience in the front page. So for people who are busy at these striving times, that they can go to a coffee shop and relax a bit and order a cup of coffee within that experience. So it was a hybrid of a AR and web VR experience. You can see the experience playing on the background. So that was quite interesting use case as well. And to finish it off, the final one is there's a gala or for digital media work in Finland called Grand One Prizes, and there's a category called Best Virtual Event of the 2020, and we have actually two of those events have been featured here in Spatial News. One was the JVG Gala, the virtual gig, and the other one was the Day at the Fire Station stuff. So we have featured two of the four finalists here in Spatial News, so good for us, I guess. But just to note that probably one of those will win that gala. So prizes also coming our way. Well, I don't know our way, who way, what way. But anyway, this Spatial News is now at the end. So I guess the Kalles, and maybe one Palle, are going to say goodbye to you until next time. Before the midsummer, I hope. All right. Bye-bye.
All right. So that was that, I guess.
Thank you for bringing the news to us live and direct from the car.
Yeah, seems that the mobile networks in Finland work okay.
Proof is in the pudding. Thank
Yep.
you very much, Teemu.
Thank you.
Okay, so now I'd like to present the special co-host for this meetup and also co-organizer for this meetup, Darius Sakalauskas, and I hope I didn't butcher your name. I know this is like what I do besides having one IT issue per meetup. So yes, please come to the stage and tell us who you are and what you do.
Hi everyone. I'm sure the Lithuanian side know me, at least by a couple of talks that we had at some time in the history. But yeah, I'm from the business cluster that originally had at least a couple of VR companies involved. I also work with just a standard, filming side as well. But I've done a couple of projects with XR, so that's how I've got involved with this community. And yeah, and to be honest, actually, the Nebula, the organization that I present, it's not like ceasing to exist, but we're merging with another business cluster just to make it bigger and stronger. And yeah, and I hope to continue to contribute to the XR community down here. So yeah, we organize from time to time a couple of events, but yeah, I would like I will go and brief about the community after the next presentation a bit, and I'll talk what we would like to do. But in general, me personally, and in whatever capacity I will be in the new cluster, I would like to expand it and make more networking opportunities, and just to be a part of the whole Nordic and European ecosystem, which is, I think, quite with a quite high potential. Yeah, and so today we'll have a couple, well, not couple, like 6 company presentations that are all based or partly based in Lithuania. But before that, I would like to introduce Mantas from Unity. Because Unity has an office, quite a big office in Vilnius, and I have asked someone down there whether they could just have a brief presentation on XR infrastructure down there, and I think it will be quite interesting for the folks that are joining and are working. That are working especially with Unity. So Mantas, if you could join in the call and just present yourself, and we are looking forward for your presentation.
Thank you, Darius. Nice to meet you all. So today we are going briefly to talk about Unity at Lithuania, and we will have a high-level XR infrastructure overview. So Unity is the world's leading platform for creating 3D content. Most of you know us as a game engine. We are obviously focusing on games, but we're trying to expand towards stuff as well: animating, filmmaking, verticals such as architecture. So whenever the 3D content is needed. Unity at Lithuania has 2 offices. We have office at Vilnius that is mostly consisted by mobile team that works on various iOS and Android features, bug fixes. We have a customer QA there as well. So if you ever filed a bug to Unity, it most likely was processed by a person working in Lithuania. We have Kaunas office as well. It's smaller, but it also consists of a few teams. Quality of life team that works on improving editor features such as inspector or internal versioning system. There's a few customer QA members as well. And there are a few smaller teams, release engineering QA that is hiring. We are looking for people, and machine learning team. So our XR team is based in Bellevue, Washington. It's quite a long way from us, but the collaboration happens between us since AR and mobile are kind of going together, especially on AR nowadays. So yeah, there is collaboration happening. My story, how I found out about XR, I joined the mobile team in 2018, and one of the tasks I had is testing mobile VR headsets. At the time, it was a complicated task because those headsets supported multiple devices. For example, Gear VR could support different devices with different GPUs, different operating systems, meaning that device-specific bugs could happen, and they all should have been reported. So yeah, nowadays, of course, those headsets were replaced by awesome Oculus Quest, but my enthusiasm for XR didn't go away, and there's AR as well. So today at Unity, we officially support 7 XR platforms: ARKit, ARCore, Microsoft HoloLens, Magic Leap, Oculus, Windows Mixed Reality, and PlayStation VR. Here is the whole Unity XR tech stack that you can see: provider implementations, plugins, subsystems, the tools that we use to develop AR and VR apps. It might look complicated at first, but we will go through it bit by bit, so just stay with me. So let's begin from the bottom, I guess. So at the bottom, you can see XR plugins that are brought by different providers, such as Oculus, ARKit, Arcore. It can also be a third-party plugin. One example would be OpenXR plugin that is developed by Valve. So those engine providers implement individual engine features such as display, input, that we are calling subsystems. Imagine a subsystem as some logical group of some feature like input environment. So what do we do with this? So here's how we implement the whole system. We have a provider layer of subsystem that is provided by our core or our kit or another plugin. We feed in that data and abstract it to the developer, calling it the developer layer. And in this example, you can see that we basically can call into an AR camera manager, and it doesn't matter for which platform you're developing, if you're working for AR core or if you are developing for AR core or AR kit, the result should be the same, making your implementation easier. You don't have to write two different blocks of code for different platforms. We implement this by packages. If you ever used Unity, you probably used Package Manager. It basically lets us be more flexible with features and bug fixes. We don't need to wait for another Unity version release to release some bug fix or feature update. So going back to the tech stack, those plugins and those subsystems make up of our three developer tools: Mixed and Augmented Reality Studio Mars, AR Foundation, and XR Interaction Toolkit. So AR Foundation defines a multi-platform API that allows you to work with functionality common to multiple AR platforms. So it's just like an example I told you before, where you wouldn't need to write a separate code for AR core, a separate code for AR kit. It basically provides you an interface, you write to it, and it makes your life easier. XR Interaction Toolkit also does the same thing, and it provides you with a bunch of already set up interactions that you can use, and you don't need to code them from scratch. And Unity Mars gives seasoned developers powerful and flexible workflows. On that, I will expand a bit more later. So AR Foundation, we can see it in the example here. We are continuing on our task to try to reduce the fragmentation in our XR world today. Basically, our foundation talks to multi-platforms APIs in Unity and doesn't need to know whatever you're working with AR Core or AR Kit. In the right, you can see different features that we support per platform. For example, you can write device tracking features for all four XR platforms at a time. XR Interaction Toolkit provides such features that you can use without writing much of code. Physics interactions, native UI support, locomotion, which is good if you don't need some specific system. You can build on top of that and just save some time. Now, Unity Mars actually helps developers with more complex use cases. Basketball was mentioned here a few minutes ago, so I'll use this example again. Imagine you're working on an AR game. If you point a device to a basketball court, it should simulate a basketball game. Well, this would be hard to debug if you are working from home. You should draw some lanes, I don't know, bring basketball at your apartment. What Unity Mars lets you do, it lets you simulate the environment. It lets you simulate device view in that simulated environment. And though it's it reduces time and it helps in these such complex cases. So in 2020, we were working on we were continuing working on bug fixes, quality. We released Mars, continuing to work with our foundation and XR interaction toolkit, improving our documentation to be more user-focused, and finally released AR and VR templates that you can use when launching your new project. So it's great for prototyping. And as far as 2021 roadmap goes, so this is a general roadmap, but it relates to XR as well. We are focusing on visual scripting, networking, rendering pipelines, XR-related features such as your Polkan on Quest, DirectX 12 on HoloLens, support for OpenXR. We are working also on support for OpenXR, improving support for OpenXR, and other things that you can see here. So, some notable XR games and apps that were made by Unity: Job Simulator, Beat Saber, Pokemon Go. For some reason, I did forget to include Superhot. That is my favorite. Okay. And the last thing I want to show you is the Unity Learn. I know that most of you are probably experienced XR users, so it might look kind of weird, but first thing is it's good to relearn things, and second of all, it has great courses for intermediate users as well. I excluded 2 courses here. One is Design and Deploy for VR by Oculus and Unity. It's great intermediate course for intermediate developers. Another one, my favorite one, VR Beginner, the Escape Room project. It's actually a great way to introduce VR to your friends. Perhaps some of them are reluctant, think that this is some complicated area. It's very nice. You can create personalized experiences for your family, or maybe you can even involve them into developing games themselves, developing games or any other experiences themselves. So it's a great tutorial, and Unity Learn has other courses on AR. So I recommend it personally a lot. And that is it. So yeah, I hope you could at least picture a high-level infrastructure of Unity and Unity XR. And thank you for letting me do this presentation.
Thank you, Mantas. Really nice one, and I think we are all familiar. I mean, the people who work with Unity about the infrastructure, but it's good to hear from the guys working at it and where they see the roadmap as for the 2021. We would have a couple of minutes. Maybe anyone would like to ask Mantas something specific, and then there is a chance right now. And if not right now, we would have like a short Q&A after the whole of presentations. So I hope Mantas can stay and answer your questions. I see heads are moving to the no direction. So yeah, Mantas left his contacts. I think we can even share in a follow back after this call, and anyone interested to get in touch or I don't know, have specific questions, I think Mantas is welcome to answer them. Yeah. So yeah, I'm actually really happy that Unity has a big office in Lithuania. Well, it's not the biggest country in the world, but having one of the biggest companies in the industry down here, it's really well, I'm really happy for that. So it will be my turn now, just to have a short couple of minutes presentation about the whole XR ecosystem in Lithuania, and then I will leave to the companies that we involve for this presentation to present themselves. So just give me a second. I will share my screen as well. Yeah, I just wanted to just mention key aspects, let's say that I see or that I find in the industry, and the trends that I envision in it. So yeah, I would say that the sector is dominated by small companies, and only a couple of them have more than 10 employees. Most oftenly it's less, and you know, if there is a project or service contract that needs to be done, there is a group of freelancers that not migrate, but you can deploy for certain of tasks. About the community, so we have a Facebook group which has now more than just about 1,000 members. We did not have like traditional physical meetups just yet, but as I said in the beginning, I would like to facilitate and help to do it. I think COVID also a bit of distracted from this idea, but we will work on that, and I'm hoping that the community is going to be not more systematic, but in a way there's going to be meetups and more events, just dedicated for catching up. Yeah, I would say from my own experience, because I also come a bit from the film industry, there is quite a big focus on cinematic VR content. I will show you some examples, and yeah, there was some examples on Spatial News as well. So yeah, actually every year there is one or two 360 movie coming out, and is supported by the local film commission as well. So they see a value in it. Well, the budgets for them are not so big, but there is also new companies coming up just for this type of content. Then about the service companies, yeah, I would say they mostly work, okay, not mostly, but one of the primary areas that they are working with is the cultural sector. And yeah, there is a lot of projects with museums, tourism offices, and especially there was increase of budgets from them to make more tours and renew their websites and make more stuff that they have digital. So in this sense, the VR service companies and at the same time AR service companies, they have more business opportunities. And yeah, there is also several potentially nice R&D projects coming up as well from some of the companies. I'm not going to talk about them on my own. I hope these companies will present that at least briefly. Yeah, so these were the key aspects from what I see. I've put down more or less most of the companies that work in the XR industry. Some of them are going to be present in doing their own presentations. I'm just going to mention maybe some of them that are not doing a direct one. So yeah, Tag of Joy is a gaming company, but they started, well, I'm not sure how they started, but at least a couple of years ago they worked a lot on AR games, and they launched one game that yeah, was quite popular on its own. Yeah, and then there is a multimedia mark, but yeah, it's a service company, and yeah, more working mostly with cultural sectors, so museums, yeah, public institutions. But they've done several really nice projects lately. One was with the local museum down here in Lithuania, and it's going to be launched, I suppose, this summer, with a physical map of one city and AR content popping out on the from it. Yeah, then there is a sneaky box, which is primarily a gaming game, but they're doing AR and VR projects, and also own IPs. Maybe not so much in this sector, but more in the gaming field. But yeah, they have a quite large team, and probably is one of the biggest companies in the sector. Yeah, Cosmos Theater is a new entity. They came from the theater background, but yeah, they're doing several now projects with VR. I'm going to show a short clip from them in the project's description. Yeah, I think I mentioned all of the companies that I've put down here, and the rest is going to be present in the direct presentations. Yeah, I wanted to just emphasize several of the projects that have been launched or are launching recently. So if you're gonna stay for the after event, it's gonna be done in this Zen Republic headquarters metaverse. It's really a nice and yeah, well-developed platform, and a kind of nice in a nice style, and I'm sure you would like that. So I really invite you to stick around and join it, where the links were provided in the event page, and I'll ask the creator to talk about it at the end of our presentations. Then I'm just gonna play a short clip of one of the movies, 360 movies developed by Cosmos Theater, about one of the characters from, if I remember correctly, the 19th century Russian Empire. Yeah, then I wanted for the project to showcase also a gaming experience that was developed one of the leaders of the community down here. So basically, it's just a shooter game, but it's well franchised, and you can well, I mean, not at the moment because it's a bit of the COVID situation, but it's accessible in a lot of the locations in Lithuania, because you can use just any big space, as you can see. So yeah, it was also developed quite recently. And yeah, finally, also a project that was briefly described in Spatial news, and the one that I've been working as well a little bit with several of the companies in the industry. Yeah, it's a project for the Vilnius University, and just merging filmed and designed 3D content into 5 pieces of stories about Vilnius history. So yeah, it's going to be launched actually not in May, but in probably at the end of summer or early September. So yeah, so that would be it from my side. Just a short presentation. And I would like to continue then this pitch by inviting actually one of the AR companies that I've met just recently from VSight, and I would like to invite Cihat to talk about what they did and what their product is.
Thank you very much, Darius, for this intro, and thank you very much, Joe, for setting up everything, for inviting us. So hi guys, my name is Cihat Kahraman. I am one of the founders and also director of business development at VSight. Our headquarters is in Vilnius, and we are providing an AR solution. So let me share my screen. Yeah, so we use augmented reality to help enterprises to solve their problems remotely. We just provide a software platform to do that. We are not in VR business, or we are not doing any kind of content generation, etc. So basically, we just help enterprises to have a connected workforce through augmented reality. So the problem that we are solving is actually decreasing the time for enterprises, the downtime for those enterprises, because there are happening lots of downtimes because of the problems that are occurring on the production line, for example. And those companies, because of lack of expertise, they are late on the shipments and production, and all the production line is stopped. In those cases, with direct and indirect costs, enterprises are losing up to 20,000 euros per minute. So with our solution, VSight Remote, we help enterprises to connect their experts with the field workers so that they can work together, they can collaborate, they can solve problems remotely by putting 3D models, annotations into real world of those guys. So that way they are connected, they are solving problems very easily, and they are working very fast. So a couple of benefits. I mean, like we just give enterprises to be able to work as they are there, and do drawing, annotations, collaborations with different types of files, including like 3D models or just normal images, PDFs, etc. Reaching out to like connecting those AR content to the work orders of those enterprises, and also, of course, getting support remotely. And plus, by doing that, we also give our clients a way to document their work for the future reference, both for putting those into their own CRM system, or for building some kind of training purpose videos, etc. So that way, actually, we are building a digital knowledge base for our clients that they can benefit from it on the later stages also. So there are 3 cases where VSight can be used on real world problems. So basically, first of all, is there are some places like headquarters that like the experts, the operators are. So for example, like if there is a headquarter in Germany, and if there is a facility in Poland, so in that case, a German expert can just like connect through platform to Poland, then for like 10 minutes solve one problem, and then connect to France for another problem. So that way, instead of like traveling all around, they're just like solving problems without going to the site. The second one is about restricted destinations. So basically, in the current situation of the pandemic, actually everywhere is kind of restricted destination. Last year was very crazy for us, actually. We are very happy and motivated to provide such a solution that can work on the times like this for enterprises, for their own business continuity. And because of it, we as a team, we are very happy about that. So on the restricted destinations, instead of going there with all kind of experts and all kind of materials, so the experts are just connecting to the field and solving problems there remotely also. And the third one is in either case, if the expert is going to travel there, before traveling there, just to pick up the right tools that will be used in the field. So for the problem identification, VSight can be used just to decrease the number of site visits. That way also, the enterprises are having lots of cost cuttings on those expertise scalability. So a couple of clients just to mention, and around 50% of our revenue is coming from Germany. German market is our main market. Also around 20% of our revenue is coming from US. And after that, there is the South America, also GCC region, Singapore, Thailand, etc., Australia, Canada. So those companies are also, but the main market is Germany for us. So just as a feature, we are a hardware agnostic platform. So VSight works on all of those devices, and plus iOS and Android phones and tablets. Of course, there are some small feature differences on those devices, but we are not doing something just to make it more fluffy, so to say. We're just trying to build a solution that can work on either cases without spending too much of the battery, without getting the device too much of heat. So those are kind of our caveats where we just like develop the best possible solution for all of those devices. So we also have reseller partners that are covering lots of countries on B2B. On B2B, we believe that being local in the local language is very important, and that's why we just have reseller partners that helps us to do localization of our solution, to give the customer support on local languages, and build us to have more lead generation through there. Yeah, so that was from my side. So if you guys have any kind of question or anything, I am more than happy to talk about it now or later on. Please let me know if you need any kind of help or if you have any question. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Cihat, for the introduction. Yeah, I was really glad to get to know you, because normally when you work in the XR field, in Lithuania, you more or less know everyone, not directly, but maybe just by name. Yeah, I didn't know you, and thanks, Joe, for introducing us, actually. So that's how the Nordic market can work in this sense. Yeah, we'll invite then Vykintas to share his screen and presentation, and I just would like to ask, follow the time frame. I think we're a bit late, so try to stick to around 3, maximum 5 minutes. Best it would be 3. So yeah, thank you.
Hello everybody, my name is Vykintas. I'm representing Studio Nieko. We are virtual reality studio. So as asked, I prepared very short video of 1 minute, so I will not take more than 3 minutes of the talk. So very shortly, I will show today what are we doing, what projects we are working on, and some short trailer which Teemu already showed during Spatial news. So it's of our new game, and I just wanted to let you know that tomorrow we are starting the open beta. So please join. Yeah, so this was short video. What do we do? So if you have any questions, please let me know. But yeah, enjoy the beta testing.
Thank you. And Vykintas, when are you planning to launch it? Like the full version?
Full version. We plan to launch early access in end of May, and full release will be in summer.
Oh, all right.
So
all right.
We still don't have the date, but we think late July or August.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, we don't have that many VR games, per se, or the companies that develop, for sale, let's say, VR games. So yeah, I'm really happy and looking forward to see what the results gonna be, and what kind of revenue you can get. And I think it's a really perspective field. Okay, so not to waste any more time, let's move on. And the next company I would like to introduce is Inlusion Netforms. So please, Žygintas and Evelina, could you do your pitch?
Of course, thank you. I'm Evelina, game designer at Inlusion, and our company mainly focuses on training and educational simulations for a variety of different industries, such as aviation, and oil and gas, as well as the art sphere through architectural projects for Zaha Hadid and the great restoration of the synagogue of Vilnius. Today, I will share a little bit about the BGS project, which we created for the maintenance of the aircraft. So this procedure in real life is quite costly. It takes 10 to 20 trials for the trainees, as well as 1,000 gallons of the liquid to do. By creating this tool in VR, we're bridging the gap between the theoretical knowledge and the practice-based experience for the de-icing staff. The main pipeline of actions is outlined through virtual hints. So the trainees have the opportunity to build their skill set and get confident in the procedure, as well as the examination mode, which does not involve any additional help, but does provide the scores, which can then be reviewed, played back for any errors, and improve performance. Actually, what I would like to mention is our staff went to consult with the BGS specialists and had hands-on experience with the tools, which were then recreated in the virtual space. So I'll also share a brief video with sound, just for us to get a better feel for what that is like in VR. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much. So let's move to the next presentation, and I ask Eva from Gluk Media to present their company.
Hello everyone. My dogs are barking, or maybe I just do it later when I deal with the dogs. How do you prefer?
Maybe Vitalius can pitch in and just cover you for the dog situation then. Sorry guys. Yeah, Brian, could you join in and present Octa?
Yes, absolutely. And I'll try and share my screen as well. My name's Brian Leckie. I'm a partner with Octa Studios, and we basically mainly based in Lithuania in Vilnius. I'm based in San Francisco. I basically come from a television background. I started at the BBC, and I've been producing, directing TV for a long time, including over here in San Francisco. I used to be one of the directors of Mythbusters, but yes, got more and more involved in VR and AR projects. So yeah, we've been working on a number of different sort of projects, from 360 video projects. And then the first sort of AR thing we did was a castle, basically a volumetric capture, where a TV host that I've worked with in the past, we captured him in the Microsoft volumetric capture studio here in San Francisco, and produced a sort of a castle AR project. Was also commissioned by HTC to produce a 360 video a science education series called Mindbenders, which had three of the hosts from Mythbusters, Tori, Carey and Grant, and we did 25 episodes of a 360 video science series. And then what the projects we're mainly working on at the moment, Vitalius has been working on primarily, is a museum-based project. So I mentioned the Castle AR. So here's a volumetric capture studio, and we're working with one of the British English Heritage to do that project as a pilot. And then I think you've seen earlier the Vilnius Stories project. So part of them were animations, and some of them were sort of virtual reality episodes, which are pretty amazing. And then probably our biggest and proudest project so far that Vitalis has produced is Trail of Angels, all about Chironis. And I can show you. Let me show you a very short video, and then Vitalis can speak after that.
It's different than anything I think I've ever experienced before. I loved Evelina. It was so amazing. It was so beautiful.
į muziejų žiūriu tas paveikslas, bet čia, kai tu jame esi, tai labai fainai.
I wanted to see everything. I just kept looking for more and more. I didn't want to miss any of it. It was beautiful. I've never heard of this artist before, so I'm glad that I've now been exposed to him. It was amazing.
Va štai kam reikalinga virtuali realybė. Tiesą sakant, pirmą kartą aš su tokiu žaislu naudojausi, tai labai efektyviai, labai gražu, geriau žymiai negu tikėjausi.
It was really neat. I loved the planets in particular. Falling through the planets is really extraordinary.
I multiple times forgot where I was. I was always a little afraid that whatever else was happening directly behind me.
Definitely different than standing in a museum and looking at a static picture.
If it is done well like this, it is a very different way of experiencing the art that is actually more engaging. I would actually prefer this kind of engagement with art.
It's a great way to experience art, being within like a world of just this person's art. So yeah, it's really beautiful.
And now, like, I have this inherent emotional connection with it. I found myself thinking, I have to go look up this artist. I want to see the real thing.
Okay, so that was Trail of Angels.
I would like to invite Eva. She sorted out the situation with the dog. So we can move a bit forward.
Yeah, hi. Hi again. So I'm Eva, I have 2 dogs, and I work for Gluk Media. Thank you for collaboration with Okta again. We do that on business level too. And Gluk Media is experienced digital and interactive media production company focusing on immersive content or solutions, development and production. And we work also with everything our colleagues here already mentioned and working to deliver appealing solutions for our clients internationally. And we are a team of roughly 20 people right now, 10 years old company. And we work basically in these industries: education, training, experts, retail, e-commerce, and entertainment and culture. And the fields we focus on is also virtual reality. Mostly it's 360 video content or training platforms. The same year as Vitalis, we also produced our first virtual reality piece for more Lithuanian story. It didn't went to Venice. Right now we are still in development for other 360 content. For augmented reality, it's mostly the AR apps, but before COVID, we managed to produce a lovely AR presentation on the stage for our clients' showcase. Web was very popular this year regarding situation. So it's 360 photo tours, something web more interesting than random website. And this interactive field is mostly for our clients from the culture segment as well, as for example, museums. Last year, we delivered around 40 different projects for different cultural entities. Of course, different budgets, and that's in the circumstances what Darius already mentioned, because the government granted. And right now, we're also developing training experience, and it's for for people who work in this hazardous conditions. So it's to train them, and also why it's so unique. We right now developing how we could use finger tracking. So it's a 30 months project. We got the grant also for this development, have some partners from universities and safety company. And yeah, and we have some similar projects where we were the technical supporters. And yeah, that's it. I'm glad to understand that how closely we collaborate. We work with Okta and Nebula on various projects. And if you want to know more, you just can go to our YouTube channel and see what kind of projects we have executed so far. So that was shortly from me. I'm going back to my dogs, and it was lovely to be with you.
I just want to say one thing, that Eva was actually the one that came up with Northern XR, the name. So.
Oh, here you go. I just love Teemu and his Finnish humor, and I love to join your meetup. So thank you for this Lithuanian edition. It was super cool.
Thank you, Eva, and stay tuned for the last company to be present. And I asked Paulus to join and just present Iron Cat.
Hey guys, yes, I will do just that. Okay, so yes, hello. Hello, I'm Paulus, and yeah, I represent a boutique cozy company called Iron Cat. We work with interactive virtual reality, augmented reality projects for museums, tourism sector, and private entities. More or less similar stuff as you heard before, but our passion is in really crazy, weird projects that require, weird and crazy solutions. So we love using peripheral devices with virtual reality and developing software for those custom solutions. So now I won't tell you much or present you much about what our company do. I would really want to present this one crazy idea that we're working now on it with Vilnius Gediminas Technical University. We are developing these virtual binoculars for it's like tourism terminal virtual binoculars. So yeah, what we are developing right now is this VR binoculars tourism terminal. So remember yourself as a tourist. You arrive to an amazing scenery of a town and there is no guide, no additional information. You can only imagine the stories that the scenery can tell. So you're lucky if you find information stand that have some information. However, it's usually boring, unattractive, with only dry friction of written information about the location. And in some cases can even be harmful to the location if it's like vandalized with swear words. So if you're with children, good luck making them interested in the information provided in such way that resembles, their school textbooks. So yeah, we decided that, hey, let's try and do something different. So we say, dry information is boring, experiences are what clicks and thrills us, like everyone that are here. So we have decided to create these virtual reality binoculars for public attractions that are would be robust, precise, and powerful. Using binoculars, we are able to show, the scenery with an additional layer of digital information, or even teleport the viewer to virtual environment of any object or location. We can provide rich visual and audio information in a pleasing way, multilingually. So this will not only enrich tourism experience, but also leave high-tech industry impression. So how high-tech country impression. So this is the idea. In reality, everything is, it's much more complicated. So at the moment, we are here. Okay. So we're getting there. It's getting closer and closer. And I believe that till the end of this year, we will have something to showcase for you. So this is us.
Thank you, Paulus. I didn't know that you were working on this actually, so it's quite a surprise. What's gonna be the price for this device?
We'll see. You know, I wanted to surprise. That was my yeah.
All right. So yeah, thank you all for these pitches. I hope the time flew by. Well, it flew by. We had some time. I mean, we still have, I think, a couple of minutes for the Q&As. If anyone else, especially outside of our Lithuanian group, would like to ask any questions, so I think that is the time right now. Please come forward, and if not right now, we will invite after this event is finished to the mingle, to the Meta Universe space that is going to be provided by Zen Republic. So if anyone doesn't have any questions, maybe Thomas, you could just give a short brief what's out there, and also do an invite from your part.
Yeah, thanks. Nice event, nice companies. You see, Lithuania is quite advanced in the field of XR, and so to prove a point, so that you wouldn't only see, not only learn about it, you can actually experience the Lithuanian kind of landscape of VR. So I'm inviting you all to join the metaverse I'm building. It's called Zen Republic HQ. I've dropped the link into the chat. So if you can go either with Oculus Quest, Oculus Quest 2, Oculus Rift, or if you don't have a VR headset, you can even come with a Windows computer, walking with WASD and turning around with your mouse. So we have a voice chat there. We have some interactable items, a cool environment. So we could just go in there and have some casual talk. I can tell you about the place. Maybe we can collab on something later on. So I'll be looking forward. So as I said, link in the description, in the chat, I mean. And by the way, you can also, if you know what SideQuest is, if you're using SideQuest, you can just write Zen Republic HQ into SideQuest and download it directly once you have your headset plugged in. So I guess that's all. If you have any questions, I'll be in the event waiting for you, and we can chat there. So I'm hoping to see somebody of you here.
Thank you, Thomas. And yeah, we're still waiting for the questions if we have for the companies, but the links of the companies are in the event page. So if you would like to contact any of them, just go into their web pages and use their contact forms. And yeah, I suppose Joe, you could take over and do the closing statements if there's no questions from your side. And from my side, I would just like to thank you everyone participating. And yeah, I hope, and we are already in touch for some more presentations, not only to the Nordic market but to other markets, which is quite promising. And I think we could do this more often.
Thank you so much, Darius, and thank you for all the companies that participated and for the keynote speaker and everybody that's taken part. I'm just gonna do a little bit of housekeeping here. So thank you very much also for Nebula for sponsoring this event. So as this is an AWE meetup, they're also having in November from the 9th to 11th, they're gonna have an in-person US session where they're going to have the AWE Awards. It's bound to be a spectacle. Everybody's probably is so excited to be able to do something in person and meet all the cool companies that AWE attracts. So of course, let's get social. Here we have all the different social media platforms that AWE is on. Hashtag All-Night, and in particular, All-Night Northern XR, and All Academy. And All Academy, they have 3 different courses at the moment. One is an intro to Oculus Quest 2 development, also XR virtual collaboration workshop with Charlie Fink, and also another development for the HoloLens 2 and the MRTK dev kit. And of course, if you want to check the other All Nights that are happening all over the world, please visit the web pages at allxr.com, Global All Night. And last but not least, our next All Night Northern XR will be on June 3rd. and that's going to be Norway in neon. I try to keep with the alliteration scheme. So thanks again to everybody who has taken part, everybody watching from home, and the recording on YouTube. We look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks again for everybody for taking part, and have a great evening. And of course, for those of you that are going to the mingle in the metaverse, I hope you enjoy. Unfortunately, I won't be able to take part in that one, but I want to try it out later on when I have the opportunity. Thanks again, Darius, and for the rest of the Lithuanian XR scene. You guys are doing wonderful stuff, and hope to hear more about you, and also to talk in person, at least a video call when we have opportunity.
Thank you, Joe, and thanks for doing this, and thanks for helping us to organize it. And yeah, looking forward to see what's happening in Norway actually next time out. So I hope, and I will send the invites to all of the group down here as well. So the ones who are interested can participate as well.
Terrific. Thank you. Have a good evening, everyone.